Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Hindi and English Stories by Ashish. So today I have brought our all-time favorite, the Ramayana, great Indian epic. So let's start. This book consists 19 parts, so we will start from the first part, that is the birth of Lord Rama. There once ruled the great kings of the Surya dynasty, which began with the legendary Manu, the son of the sun god and the first ruler of mankind. His son Shivaku built the holy city of Ayodhya on the banks of the holy river Sarayu. Years later, King Raghu of the same dynasty gave away everything in charity except the clothes on his body. This supreme sacrifice of his led the Surya dynasty to be known by his name as the Raghu dynasty. His great-grandson Dashratha was a very compassionate and merciful ruler who ruled the land from his capital city Ayodhya. He was a highly virtuous, prosperous and kind king, the master of all prosperity, wealth and fame that veiled the earth. His only regret was that he did not have any heir to the throne. With 3 queens, Kaushalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra, there was no son to carry forward the legacy of the great dynasty. The king was advised by his chief priest to organize a yajna for want of children. He at once agreed, and the preparations for the grand yajna began in full swing. The sacred banks of river Sarayu were chosen for the same. Soon the air resonated with the holy chanting of the sacred Vedic hymns. As ghee was poured into the sacred fire, flames shot up high in the air. A divine figure arose from the flames holding a silver bowl. "Here is the Kheer Prasad for your wives," he, the Agni Deva, announced. "Divide it among them, and your wish for sons shall be fulfilled." Jubilant Dashrath offered half the Kheer Prasad to his eldest queen Kaushalya. The second half was divided among Sumitra and Kaikeyi. Since Kaikeyi was the last to receive the kheer, she lost her temper. That very moment, an eagle pounced on Kaikeyi's palm and flew away with some of the Kheer Prasad to the Anjan mountain and placed it on the open palms of Anjani, who later gave birth to Hanuman. As the season changed, so did the fate of Ayodhya. The queens gave birth to 4 divine sons. Lord Rama was born to Kaushalya, Bharata to Kaikeyi, and Lakshmana and Shatrughna to Sumitra. The occasion was celebrated with much fanfare. The 4 little princes were inseparable as they grew up in harmony and sobriety, benefiting the ancestral heritage they held. As was announced at their birth by the great sage Vasishtha, Lakshmana stayed mostly in the company of Rama, and Shatrughna was a close companion to Bharata. Childhood gave way to adolescence, and it was time for them to become versed with Vedas. The king desired them to become skilled in art of warfare. After a close discussion with his council of ministers, Dashratha announced the sacred ceremony of Yagopavit, following which the princes were sent to the hermitage of sage Vasishtha for their formal education. Vasishtha was honored at the wisdom of virtues of the prince. He was pleased to have them as his disciples. He imparted them training in the 4 Vedas and in the art of weaponry. They became disciplined in statesmanship and learned great virtues of being a wise king. As their education drew to a close, the king sent Sumantra to get them to the palace. The prince humbly bowed at the feet of their teacher and sought permission to leave. Eagerness prevailed in the air. The sons yearned to meet their parents, and the eyes of their parents awaited a glimpse of their beloved children. The fragrance of rare flowers and decorated streets laid their arms open in welcome, and the citizens thronged the streets in great numbers. The pining eyes of the royal family were fixed at the entrance and were lit in joy when the crowds cheered for the prince. Alms were distributed to the poor, and the entire palace resounded with joy. There was not a moment when Dasharatha would allow them to drift away from his sight, his eyes overflowing constantly with tears of joy and gratitude. Rama, the eldest, was Dasharatha's life and breath. He was the rightful heir and also the crown prince of the kingdom. So friends, this was the first part, and next day we will read the second part, that is the slaying of the demons. So till then, stay happy, read this kind of holy books which will give you more knowledge about our Indian mythology. Thank you and have a good day.